First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Oh, yes. You will want to pay attention to the unsettling part of that lower third. Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now. I appreciate you all joining us here today. Of course, we broadcast live on our YouTube channel, on Facebook, on our apps, on our website. So wherever you're finding us, thanks for being here. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of warning. Like, you're going to be seeing things like this during this interview, which is right now, it's upsetting me even just watching that. But that is what we are talking about. We're talking about unsettling toys, the removal and rehoming of them, and an amazing organization here in Portland that does all of that, because that's what they're called. And we are joined right now by Brian and Sarah, the purveyors, the crazy people behind this organization, behind Unsettling Toys, removal and rehoming. I hope you're okay if I'm calling you crazy people, because it just seems insane. But Brian and Sarah, thank you very much for being here.
Hey, Greg, how's it going?
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
It's going good, and I say that in the most loving way possible when I said crazy. So let's discuss this, though. So unsettling toy removal and rehoming. How did you start? I guess first off, for everybody, what is this, and how did you get started in this?
Well, basically, we take toys where they're making someone uncomfortable and remove them from a home, and then find them a new home with someone who appreciates their quirks.
And go ahead. There's so many disturbing things even just behind you right now.
Yeah. Some of these have come from homes. And, you just have something staring at you all the time. And if you want it out of your house, you give us a call and we show up and take it with the story and find people that want it.
And so how did you get started in this?
It was Brian's idea. We definitely started it with a sense of humor. I don't think either of us had life plans to be known for being the people with a house full of dolls. But we started it. He said one day, someone should make a business that takes all the creepy dolls that people don't want out of their houses and gets them to the people who want, like, haunted dolls. And then we thought about it for a little while and launched the business. And it turns out there is a huge need for doll removals. A lot of people have dolls that are making them uncomfortable.
So I have a tendency to have really pretty good ideas and no follow through. And so on my 50th birthday, Sarah gifted us the business. She made like business cards and the website and the Instagram, which is amazing. And surprised me on my 50th birthday with cards. So I ran around downtown Portland handing out cards for a business that's very cheap.
And that's how you got going. So just handing these out to people. And then what was the response, though, once you started doing that? So you've got this idea, but that's a long ways from, an interesting idea to something like this. This was now internationally recognized. I know that you've been showcased all over the world for this. So how did you go from point A to point B?
We put up a website, and it turns out people were searching for this service. Like, if you Google, what do I do with grandma's creepy doll, we come up. And the boxes just started arriving at our house, like boxes. And sometimes we knew they were coming, and sometimes we don't. And stuff just arrives on the doorstep.
So people are sending you stuff from all over the place?
Yeah.
Yes.
All over the world.
Yeah. UK has a ton of dolls that people don't want.
That just makes sense, actually. It just kind of feels like they would have a lot of creepy dolls. I don't know why, but sorry, UK, if you're watching. Yo, God, see, right there. That is, I'm sorry. And then I instantly looked up at my monitor because that was, unnerving as I just saw that. And that's the thing,
Yeah, we get stuff like this one that just aren't the right fit in the home they're in. Look, she's got a little spider web in her eye. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. That is so unnerving. And these are things that just show up in the mail to your place.
Yes, all the time.
And I think the great thing is with most of them, they come with some sort of story. Like, it was my aunt's, and I would have to sleep at her place, and it would stare at me the whole time. And, just kind of odd things like that. So we try to collect the story with and pass it on. And hopefully the toy that was once loved will find it again.
So with those stories, I imagine you've had a lot of very interesting ones, you know, other than just, I think we probably can all relate to somebody's house that we stayed at when we were a kid and they had the creepy doll or creepy toy or something unnerving. But, you know, what are some of the most interesting stories that you've received from people over the years?
You want to pull it or you want
Yeah.
Well, we got like I think 18 of these Shrinkin' Violet dolls from a woman who used to work in hospice. And she swears up and down that these are pure positive energy. She used to tell her stories of stressful days to them when she would come home, and she loves them so much that she drove them up from Central California to hand deliver them.
Wow.
They
talk. And they talk.
What is going on there?
Don't know, Greg.
There's so many of them.
What the hell?
So these were Shrinking Violets, and they were made in 1963.
Yeah.
And they just kind of say shy girl stuff, I guess.
I'm scared of noisy boys.
Right. Yeah. But she loved them, and you know, they might look horrifying, but you know, I believe that they're full of, you know, positive energies from.
They take a strong person to adopt one, though.
Because they're just heavy. No.
They look heavy. I mean, you know, and you're right. Somebody, you know, clearly she very much loved these dolls, and there is something for everybody, I guess, out there. I find it shocking that there's something for some of these different ones that you have sent in, that somebody's actually going to love these, like this nightmare that's happening right there. But again, it is so unique, and these are these things that people send to you so that you found. And what is it that so once you get these, you know, once people gift them to you or you find them, however you get them, what do you do with them after that?
I usually put them on, we do an unboxing when they show up at the house, and then I put them on Instagram, and people who are interested in a particular toy will then contact us through email or through Messenger, and sort of see if they're a good fit, because depending on the story and the history and whether or not the person who sent it felt that it may be haunted, like there's a lot of things to check. We get a lot of dolls that like freak out a dog or cat, and so then we'll say like this one probably shouldn't go to a home with another dog or cat, you know. And if it's a good fit, then they adopt it and we mail it off.
I feel like if the animals are freaked out by it, then that's not a good sign just right out of the gate. If they're
I'm with you there. I think animals have a higher sense of danger.
A lot of the ones with the most history we get are like these, like the really handmade ones. This one, let's see here. There she is.
oh,
Yeah.
somebody handmade that and thought this is a good idea. The world needs this.
These are actually pantyhose dolls that were the precursors to Cabbage Patch Kids. And handmade, with love, very intense. And then this one
God.
is an
That is-
apple-faced doll.
That is
If you look at
upsetting.
the back of her head, she has cloves in the back of her head to preserve the apple. But she, too, I mean, the homemade ones are so intense sometimes.
Wait, that's actually a freeze-dried apple or something?
Well, I doubt it was freeze dried because I think she's pretty old. But yeah, it's a preserved apple, I think, is what gives her this look. But she was purchased by someone who collects creepy toys, and she was too intense for him. He's just was like, no. She has like a little cart of handmade children's toys here. Like someone put a lot of care into making this, but they're very intense. I think sometimes the handmade, homemade ones have a little extra personality.
I don't think I'd take one of these toys from the weird apple face. So.
I mean, so throughout so you get these, you can rehome. So obviously there are people out there who are collecting these who want to find these strange, disturbing things disturbing to me, things that you have found, like dolls. I mean, would you say that doll heads or creepy dolls are the predominant unsettling toy that you get, or does it lean one way or another?
Yeah, it's 95% doll head. A lot of composition dolls.
Yeah, the older ones, but that other 5 or 10%. Like once we had a yo-yo that someone said was haunted, we get stuffed animals and we get pull toys and we get old tin toys that wind up and go off when they shouldn't. There's quite a bit of variety in that, in the ones that aren't dolls.
So for you two, do you think that any of them have been actually haunted? Do you believe?
We've had a few that came with really bad luck and weird occurrences.
Yeah, I've always been a bit of a skeptic, but being around them as much as we are, you start thinking, it's like, oh, holy smokes.
Yeah, like Brian had one, and its foot had broken off, and that same week, its little owner had broken her leg on a trampoline, same leg, same place, and so the dad was like, no, and sent her to us. Brian had the leg in his truck, and the doll in the house. And the truck started malfunctioning, and the electronic window would roll itself down.
Yeah.
And I was like, in the chance that this is haunted, like, do not put it in your car.
Yeah. I took it out, and then no more car issues. And
it totally stopped doing the malfunction once he took the leg in. So like weird stuff has happened. We try really hard to just take the dolls with the stories that they were given to us with, so that we're not filtering everything through our own lens, and pass it along. But sometimes there's weird stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that's really unnerving, just on that aspect alone. And by the way, I want to show some of the other amazing things too that you have here, because I know we've got a throne that is part of this. Can you tell me the story behind this?
Sarah made this from scratch.
I made that in my garage, and the neighbors think I'm crazy now.
Why would they think that?
Just because we wanted to have a way for people to sort of come when we do live appearances, which we don't do very often, but we've been doing a couple of conventions and stuff lately, and I really wanted to let people have a way to interact with us and sort of have a selfie, be part of this process we've got going on. And so we have this lovely station there where everyone can take a selfie. It actually doesn't show it, but I made a scepter with glowing eyes that people can hold while they sit in the throne. It's really fun, and it's a good way to meet people. And we don't charge any money or anything to take pictures in it. We just want people to come play with us. It's really fun.
It's a scene, that thing.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely is. Well, and talking about that, just now going to some conventions and just how much the popularity kind of blew up. So, you went from, having this where people can pick up the toys from online and from the different places, but now doing actual appearances. And I know that you've been all over the world. So what was it like when, I know there's a place from the UK that called on you. What was that experience like when you got that and it's like, okay, people in the UK understand what unsettling toys are?
Yeah.
The tabloids in UK think we're hilarious.
It's really cool. So, like, we're just in tabloids, We were
in one that had
Judi Dench
on the cover.
Yeah. The Dane.
That's amazing.
What different countries, what people in South America send, or what people in the UK send. Some of our creepiest stuff comes from Toronto. Toronto's apparently got like some stuff going on there.
They do. Those the curse of the Toronto Maple Leafs will
okay.
just get inside all these dolls and make them act up.
Yeah. It makes sense. It just makes sense. Yep. Well, talking about being live and being in places where people can go see you. I know you're going to be at Oaks Park here coming up. Can you tell us about this and what that event is?
It's a really great event called the Swamp Meet, and it's all family friendly and free. And it's just like a bunch of booths with people that maybe have made jewelry and
art, a lot of really good artists.
Art.
All the people who love the creepy stuff enough to create it are there. It's really fun. Really unusual, like little crocheted bats, or like I got a beautiful painted print of vampire girl with like kittens slash humans. It's just really cute. It's a really fun event. We love that it's free, so that everyone can just come and bring their kids and take pictures of the doll throne.
Yeah.
We love that kind of thing. We love just interacting with everyone and letting them see this really weird world that has happened to us.
And it's a dress-up thing, you know. You can come in a costume, and there's like a little costume contest, and it's just a great time.
And I got to say that I have seen I think you had to pop up on Hawthorne at one point, and I have been there to it. I've seen it. It is incredible. And seriously, however disturbing some of these are, that's in the best way possible, is what I mean. Like going to actually see these things. Although I do want to ask at least one more question. What is the story behind this thing?
That was just sent to us. He creeped someone out and made her uncomfortable, and he came to us, and I posted this, and he was adopted almost immediately. We still get updates on him. Apparently, he is fairly creepy to live with. So, and he's just an old balancing toy that has now made at least 2 families very uncomfortable.
Well, anything else that you want to let people know about too, with, for following along with you and everything that you do, and if they want to send in a toy or maybe adopt a toy, like what's the best way to go about that?
There are no other Unsettling Toys businesses. Imagine that. So our email is unsettlingtoys@gmail.com. Our website is unsettlingtoys.com. Our Instagram handle is unsettlingtoys. So we're pretty easy to find. And we love, sometimes people just send us their stories like, hey, I have this really creepy doll. I don't want to get rid of it, but I want to show it to you. And we love that too.
There's a really cool sense of community to it. It started as such a kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing, and holy smokes, there's so many awesome people out there that are kind of like-minded and really great.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that is one other question I did want to bring up. So what is it that you think about, what is it about Portland that makes this such a perfect fit to have here?
It's funny because when we do mention the people from out of the country, we're from Portland or whatever, and they know Portland weird, so they just like, it just has
of course it's Portland.
It has to be Portland. We're like, oh.
But Portland, I think, we're not like trying to be the weirdest people in Portland, but I think Portland's really good at being inclusive and letting everyone be comfortable with what they like. And thank goodness, because what we like is really weird.
But also really, really cool at the same time. I mean, it is so fascinating what you've been able to do with this and just how it's grown and how interesting it is. And yes, it is weird in the best way possible for Portland. Like the classic Portland weird, it's that. And that's what's so very, very cool about it. And just amazing to see everything that you two do with it. And again, so it's coming up on, give me the date one more time.
I think it's September 2nd.
Yeah,
September 2nd is the Swamp Meet at Oaks Park. So noon to 7, available for everybody to go out there and check it out and see some of these toys in person and maybe pick one up and take them home. And
take a picture of the doll throne.
And take a picture with a doll throne. All of that possible right there. Brian and Sarah, thank you. I'll probably be down there. I'll probably see you there. Brian and Sarah, thank you so much for joining me. Really, really appreciate it. It is so cool to talk to you about this. And best of luck and just congratulations on everything.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been really fun to talk to you.
All right. And thank you to everybody, too, for tuning in to Fox 12 Now. Again, I'm Greg Nibbler. Appreciate you all joining me here. We get to cover a lot of different topics here on this show. So you never know what it is that we're going to be covering. But I'll tell you this, if it's between 1 and 4 and there's breaking news, you can find me here for that. You can also find me here talking about amazing things from Portland, like Unsettling Toys, all kinds of conversations that we get to have. So thanks for joining me. Appreciate that. And I'll talk to you soon with more. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.